This is the new setup, folks. I'm very excited about it, and it's still a baby setup, and that's okay. I gotta remember where the camera is, and that the mic can pick me up, and then gets my little tar. Here, check. Oof, I don't know if I can do the monitoring in the headset. There's a funky delay. Here, there's my fun title bar, and yes, it's my real name. So the description is allow me to introduce myself. 90% of you are going to find this ridiculously redundant because you already know me, and that's okay. It's for posterity, and it's for the time capsule because this is the first of a different kind of thing I'm doing here. I actually have some really neat tools to, I don't know, I've had a lot of thoughts about this for a long time, and so I am finally being given some freedom to play around and honestly invite you to brainstorm with me as well, because one of my favorite things to do, and I've actually done this in the past, and this took me back to another um, kind of revolutionary moment in my early life. And I'm gonna go ahead and take these all the way off because I think you can hear me all right. All the way off. Well, okay, aging myself, all the good stuff, but MySpace. So yeah, I remember when I first got into MySpace and was fresh with all of the new world of HTML, and just like I used to view source like crazy. I was self-taught with the HTML stuff, and when you could customize your MySpace, that was just amazing. And I went nuts. And the very first thing that I did when I customized my MySpace was I basically tried to turn it into like a blog newsletter, um, yeah, articles and my whole thing was like, okay, well, I make music. I'm a producer. I'm a performer, and I do all that. And I see all these sites that I wish would, like, oh, I want to be interviewed and I want to talk about my stuff, but also like I want to network and I want to talk to other musicians. So I'm like, well, why don't I just like go around just like to these other artists' page is, and I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. This is like, I'm trying to. I'm more excited than I am nervous, is what it is. Let me sip the last little dregs of water I have left. I've been not doing some rehearsing, but kind of rehearsing, trying to set up. So this is, I know the camera's not perfect. For those of you who are interested in the tech part of this, it's really basic. I've got the MacBook Pro. I've got my ring light that I have to keep very dim because my Rodecaster will buzz if I turn it up. And then I got a new other little overhead soft light that's going on there. And this is my Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And it's using the NDI in order to be my camera. And so there is a little bit of like, it's not the most fluid shot. But I spent like 50 bucks on, oh, I need this. I spent 50 bucks on a nice little tiny little 4K webcam that just can't even handle, like it couldn't even handle just a little bit of light coming through the window. It was like blowing out my forehead, which as you can tell is already shiny. Can we get some powder? Anyway, what I did with MySpace was I went around to a bunch of just other artists' sites and was like, hey, can I interview you? And I would just interview them. And back then I just interviewed them via chat and QA back and forth. And then I would just post the transcripts and get pictures of them and all the stuff. Any coders out there know back then source imaging was really easy. If you just went to the website and viewed source, and that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is how this is similar to gosh, I even going back to when I was like 7 and was always wanting to start a club. And in order to start clubs, all I really needed in life was um, some pens and a stack of paper, so then I could write like what the club was and what the club name was, and not like our rules, but like what our mission was, and try to draw logos for it or crests and all that stuff. And then like I always wanted to like do newsletters for the club, and like here's the newsletter for the club, newsletters. And I remember I mean it was a big deal for me to have anything to do with doing the church bulletin. If I ever got a chance to like be the one to pick out the clip art or all that stuff. I mean, if you know, you know. That's one of those things. But if you, I'm the PK, so I did have an in, so or at least I got to really tug on those coattails. I got to tug on the hem of that garment. If we're gonna go full, anyway, let's not go Christianese yet. That's a different episode, but I will mention something about that later. So here I am again, and I'm rambling, and that's okay because I'm pushing through and I'm leaning in, and I could drop even more jargon and all of that, but I won't try to bust out a bunch of analogies quite yet, but I want to do it again. And so one of the other passions I have is, I'm like a self-taught in everything I do. Like I'm self-taught in the piano and the graphics and stuff, and that's not to brag. It's actually like, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, of course, because like on one hand, I wish I knew the rules sometimes, and I wish I could like really explain exactly what I'm doing. But on the other hand, I break rules all the time, not even knowing it, and people are like, "How'd you do that?" And I wouldn't have thought to do that, and I'm like, "Well, I didn't even know that there was a rule saying you couldn't." And so that's good. But I am also kind of like an anthropologist in my own way. Like I really, really like to study people, and I always have, and so I like finding the most unique angles or aspects of what others would just walk on past. Like I think that's probably why I love rock hounding so much. Is I don't know. I guess my mom likes to talk about when I was a baby and lay on my belly on the carpet, and she just noticed that I just loved noticing the details and things because I would just sit there and pick at the fuzz and that kind of stuff. Let me see something here. So I like to just really notice all the things. And that said, I'm really over prefacing here because I'm totally rambling. I invite basically anyone who's interested. Like this is the first one. We're like scratching the surface. So I'm going to be sharing my music on here. This is not like the official Buddy and the Bee podcast, by the way. This is something totally different. This is going to be on my YouTube channel and Facebook and that kind of stuff. But the Buddy and the Bee podcast is something a little bit more produced, and that'll be fun too. And that's coming right around the corner. But this is something that I need to have at my disposal. So this is more for me than for you, but I definitely hope that you come with expectations of me, insofar as if you're going to be willing to engage and hope to get something out of it. Well, I hope you want to get something out of it. Check it out. I mean, we even just having a conversation on a stream in the middle. I can't tell you how many times I have been that guy, and I'm sure you all have. We don't necessarily maybe want to admit it, but like, why does it got to be so many people just doing like rock tumbling lotteries at 2:00 in the morning on the live streams and all the weird stuff that you see on the live streams at 2:00 in the morning or 10:30? But it's Saturday night on 10:30. I hope a little more of you are out there. But I'm like, I need that. I want it. And so this is a tool for me to have another outlet that involves brainstorming with other people, networking with other people, being creative. As this goes along, this is probably going to be like the roughest and most mismanaged and unprepared for one of these because I'm breaking in my toolbox and stuff. So Here's some fun things. Like, check this out. You've probably been seeing or noticing that I've been posting a lot of stuff that looks kind of something like this. That is very self promoting, obviously, yes, and I will continue to do that because I encourage all artists to promote their own arts. I have had to fight very hard for me to get over my own insecurities about having to toot my own horn in order to be like, yes, no, actually, that thing that I do that. Yeah, I do that thing. I am a singer. um, I want to perform for you, but also I definitely am going to self promote in the other side of that and say I make those kinds of things that you just saw, and they're stuff that I can really get in there and customize for you. And so that's another part of all of this, is that this is another opportunity for me to kind of just really interact with anyone who may be stumbling along, because like I said, this is not just on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you're not watching, I'm not offended, because you're not the only audience out there. That's okay. A prophet is despised in his own country. Oh God, I just quoted that. I hate that quote because it's obviously very pretentious, but it is something that is akin to mm, almost like familiarity breeds contempt, but not quite. But those who know you the most definitely have their versions of you locked in their brains, and it's very hard to break out of that and to be seen as the aspiring whatever you are. I mean, we've all seen the movies, like the people who see you that didn't know you from Adam will see the you that you project in your now moments, and the ones that you grew up with and the family who are the unconditional living ones will be the last ones to really see that finished product person goal thing that you're trying to project. So that said, I don't take it personally when those closest to me look at me and say things like, didn't you used to do something like that? Or do you sing still? Or it's okay. I don't think you're trying to sabotage my success. Some people will try to convince you that your family's trying to sabotage your success. Maybe. And some of there's definitely some. I mean, oh God, we're not going to go there. There's obviously some family members that will do that and that kind of stuff, but that's not the default mode. But getting out of Dodge as fast as you can, as soon as you have your wings flying out of that nest, highly recommended. So, I have a link that I'm able to send, and it doesn't have to be during this because I'm not expecting a lot of in the moment right now on the first go round. But if you watch this after the fact, I'm gonna leave it up for a minute. I don't care how rough it is. And I know how tacky. My ring light's just right in my glasses. I gotta find the sweet spot. I can't. Where's the sweet spot? I've got this cool link that if you want to, I can send it to you. And if you've got a fun story to tell, I would love to interview you. I would love to interview you. And like I said, this isn't the actual podcast Buddy and the Bee that is coming. This is totally a separate streaming thing that I'm doing because I've just got irons in the fire all over the place right now. And that's fun for me. But I have a link that I can send you. I can email it to you. I can DM it to you. If you want it right now, you can ask for it right now, and I'll send it to you right now, and we can test it because I haven't used it yet, and I want to know if it works. So that'd be fun. So if you're willing to be my guinea pig, let me see something else here. Do, 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 do. And I will sing if you want me to sing. I can sing a song. You can request a song. That's okay. I ain't afraid to sing. Don't tell me not to sing. I simply gotta. I'll do show tunes. I'll do Ariel. I mean, listen, there are so many things that we can do on this. It's for me. It's my show. But not really. I mean, like, it's my stream, it's my thing, it's my video. You don't like it, move along. All that stuff. But this is how these things do get started, and so let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Um, I. Ooh. Well, I mean, I don't want to like full on. Okay, so here's the thing. I'd like your opinion. What do you think if I were like on here doing this and I think of you and you're the one that I want to be like, hey, yo, you. No, I won't shout you out over the video. I will look you up real quick and then direct message you and be like, and then I'll just tell my audience that I'm messaging someone and I think they're really interesting and I really like to talk to them right now and I think that they would just really be just the spice that this party needs right now and hopefully they'll say yes and hopefully they're watching this right now. I'm not really doing that right now. I probably should be. And also, I just noticed that I really need to get better at looking at the camera. So let me figure out where the best position is for the mic so that I don't have to worry. I know I made a bunch of noise just then. And I might have to break these streams up in parts because I do not know. I do not know how long this will go continuously. Okay, sorry, I'm talking to you. Not over here. But I do need to see something. Wow, I did just realize that the subtitles pop up there really fast. It is like doing in the moment. Huh. Okay. Cool. So it is Saturday and it is 10:40. I guess most of you are I'm trying to think of like who I'm friends with on Facebook. Cuz like y'all probably out doing what I really wish I was out doing right now too. I know, and I like to get on Facebook and I like to complain about it too. I want to go dancing. I want to go dancing in a real club with real music. No, like, actual offense to anybody who has their heart and soul invested in the downtown Portland clubs. I've tasted of a fruit that I just haven't found yet here. I want to be able to see my screen, so let me take these off for a little bit. Let me relax. Let's just relax. Okay. I can still see. Alright. I'll try to do this without my glasses, but if I need to put them back on, that's just what's going to happen. Alright. So another shameless little commercial. Let's see if I grab the right one. I mean, I'm not entirely upset that I played the same one twice. I like that one. But so that's Bud's doctor. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Silly me. Oh yeah, this one. I wanted to. So, I'm trying to obviously direct traffic to the website, and if you go, oh here, let me fix that. That is what you'll see for now. So I just want to acknowledge that yes, all of my goodies are there. as far as like social links, some stuff, obviously some homemade videos for things and whatnot, please go to my Spotify, go to my Apple page, go to the things, make a playlist that's got my music in there, and just put it on repeat when you go to bed. It'll stream, it'll do this stuff. But also, this website is a placeholder, and I just want you to know that. Only because I'm an artiste, and I've got this little campaign that I'm running, and I just want you to know in that artiste way that it'll get better. It's gonna get better. This is just it'll get better. It'll get better. As my senior English teacher, Miss Childs, used to say, just shut up and read the crap. So there's my website. I'm proud of it. It's just a solo.to, and I'm using a template that a million other people are using, and that's okay. But I have a new one. Very excited about. It's coming. So I'll go back to this. Okay. So yeah, if you want to be a part of the conversation, it doesn't have to be an interview, but I mean that makes it fun for me. I have a getting to know you. I have a link I can send you. And it should be as easy as you actually just clicking on the link, and whether you've got your phone or whether it's a computer, it'll just open up your camera and we can FaceTime and you'll be live with me. And that would be fun. And that'll be cool. Especially all of you other rock stars out there. And I know you want to get on here. I know you want to get on this. If I find someone to interview tonight, I don't care what time it is, we're going to do this. I might end this video and then start a new one. But we're going to do it. So just in case you forgot. I make those. Ish. I customize those. I significantly customize those. Built on the backs of many a coder. Let's put it that way. That's probably the most politically correct way to put that. Right up there, actually, well, yeah, right up there with, no. Even when I sample beats with my music, I customize the crap out of that too. So, like I said, this was for me more than for you, and I'm going to save it and I'm going to stop it because I want to not have a huge file on my computer, and I want to break it up into chunks. And I'll let this just loop for a little bit. Like I said, this is totally different, but also kind of I mean, you could imagine if I were actually talking to somebody else right now, it wouldn't be so boring. And if nothing else, this is me introducing this new forum here that we've got. That even if you were to come in and want to be on with me during a stream or a show, we can call it a show. We can call it a show. It's okay. You can call it a show, buddy. You can call it a show. This dog trainer, oh my gosh, me and my partner are watching this dog trainer, and he's really cute. He's, as we like to say, very daddy. Anyway, I did that. We've been watching this dog trainer, and he's so funny because every single time that he's telling you about how to let the dog know that he appreciates what he does, he also is doing the thing that he's like, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you just let them know, I appreciate that. And you just, I appreciate that. And it's just like after a while, I'm just like, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Do you appreciate that? Can I even? Why did I go on that tangent? Oh, something about what I was about to say reminded me of that. Any hidey hidey ho. Um, oh yeah. So if you want to be like on, um, I'm able to set you up over in my little area, and I've got another camera that I can point over there, and I can put split. I can put split cameras in here, like oh, say if I'm gonna do so, like this is my actual webcam, and say that it's like I'll be looking at you, and you're over there or over here, and you'll be in that one, and then you can be my guest, and I can interview you, and it'll be fun because it's me, Buddy Raspberry. Yes, as you can see by the very legitimate and full functioning title bar on the bottom of my screen, it is my real name. All right, so thanks, guys. I'm probably going to be back in just a little bit. Oh, I can get rid of that now. I'm going to be back in just a little bit. Just another little reminder. I do this. And I do this. And you can also find me on here. And this is where I have way more gigs coming. These are the two that are just up and running because those are the ones that I have are the easiest for me to just bust out and hook you up with if you need those particular services. But shamelessly letting you know that here is my Fiverr. Very easy, fiverr.com/buddy_raspberry. I will do things for you for money, but I'll do them. And I'll do them well, with excellence, and a mind for marketing, and an eye for quality. Well, it's true. I mean, it's just true.